Four, oh baby, 1-800-449-8255. The Clark the Shark Show is in full effect, baby. Here. That's right. I've been out of commission here on the Sharkadoodle-Doo, the Sharkalamma-Ding-Dong show for about, I don't know, a month and a half, 2 months. My channel wasn't banned and or deleted by YouTube because, like, if they do, Clark the Shark's a chosen one. And when you go up against Sharkalamma-Ding-Dong, you will be in big trouble. Kind of like in a court of law when you lie about Sharkalamma-Ding-Dong, but that's for another video, you guys. I'm talking about word of mouth by the Kinks right here on the fabulous, amazing, incredible, and missed Clark the Shark Show. You guys, what happened was I have a Verizon or like a Galaxy, Samsung, and I'm so poor I couldn't afford $60 a month, and now I don't have a Clark the Shark Golden EIB Sharker phone anymore. Now I'm using my wife's platinum silver, again, platinum mixed with silver, still precious metals microphone, but it's not solid gold like the Clark the Shark EIB Sharker phone. That, of course, was not a microphone. It was a Sharker phone. But this platinum mixed with silver Sharker phone or microphone, I don't know, you guys. It's still pretty good. It's made by the Shure microphone company, or maybe Galaxy, Verizon, Samsung, or T-Mobile. I don't know here, baby, but I'm talking about the Kinks. Word of mouth, and we're going to pick up here because my wife pays $60 a month, like I was before. Actually, I pay it, but, I can only afford one of these phones, you guys. Now, my other phone now is a True Connect Obama phone, or maybe you can call it a Trump phone or whatever it is, but it keeps running out of data or something, you guys, or electricity. It's a really shitty phone, and right now, you guys, I'm thinking of getting back on Verizon pretty soon with the golden EIB Sharker phone once again someday, if I can afford it, you guys. But my car was just in the shop for 2 weeks, $700 or so brake job for the rear brakes on a Nissan, which are different from the front brakes that are pads. The rear brakes are like shoes. It's a different system for a Nissan Sentra 2009 or whatever it is. But all I know is Clark the Shark cannot be on the blue Nissan today. I went and paid it, but now the check engine light's on, so I had to bring it back. So I'm still sitting here reviewing the Kinks Word of Mouth 1984. And what an incredible album this is. Unlike a Nissan Sentra, a blue Nissan Sentra that I use for Uber, I use the Kinks albums for Uber too as I'm cruising around. Right now, I can't do that with my Nissan Sentra because there's a CD stuck in it, you guys, believe it or not. And I cannot listen to CDs right now, but I got to take it to Massey Nissan in Carlsbad or wherever, Escondido, I don't care. And I got to get that CD taken out of the CD player, and then I can cruise around once again, you guys. Little old me, 5'6", Clark the Shark, the chosen one. God's like, you are the chosen one. And Sharky, you have fun activities in this life, like listening to the Kinks, word of mouth in your car, do an Uber. And I'm like, you know what, God, I can't do Uber anymore. And he's like, why not? I'm like, because I'm deactivated by Uber and Lyft and all the companies because I'm a short, fat, long haired, bearded Trump voter or something. And my wife is pretty and cute, so they let her drive Uber, but not me. Yours truly, Clark the Shark. I am not allowed to do Uber, believe that or not. I'm deactivated by Uber and Lyft, you guys, if you can fucking believe that shit, right here on the Clark the Shark show. But I drive with my wife as she does Uber at night. And we make pretty good money. Actually, she makes money. And it's literally spent the next day because the rent is expensive everywhere. Storage units, life insurance, car insurance, Verizon phones. All these bills add up, and that's why we're all broke in California and America. Joe Biden's America, where we got like 10, 12 million new people here now. And if you thought the rent was high at $3,000, well, next year it'll be $4,000 a month. And maybe you too, yours truly, you and me, we won't be able to drive around and listen to the Kinks because we won't be able to afford to fix our Nissans right here on the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255. That's right, where I'm going to talk about Word of Mouth by the Kinks, 1984. You guys, me, your humble, chosen one by God. God is like, Sharky, I know you're lonely, I know you're down, I know you're sad, but I'm going to give you the Kinks, Word of Mouth, and you can listen to it anytime you want. And I'm like, that's cool, God, because I like Ray Davies. He's a storyteller. I like Dave Davies too. And God's like, yeah, listen to him tell stories and weave poetry. Clark the Shark, you've earned it. You deserve it. The Kinks Word of Mouth album. 1984, you guys. Now, as we know, before this album, there were great Kinks albums, you guys. They got on to Arista, Clive Davis, away from RCA, where they made some great albums, but they were different from these more rock and roll radio, FM, arena rock, whatever you want to call it, type albums. But this one here is particularly good. Maybe not as chunky or meaty, like meat and potatoes, like Misfits or Sleepwalker, or one of those. Maybe not even, low budget. But it's good in a whole new way, like an 80s big beat rock and roll kind of way. The Kinks, Word of Mouth, 1984. I don't care what the stars say. I know it's going to get good stars. It should. I would give this like a 5 or 4.5. Rolling Stone gave it a 4, Blender a 3, and All Music like a 2.5. That's inaccurate because this is good, you guys. Solid. Is it great? Yeah, maybe. It's a fucking awesome album, you guys. Do It Again, of course, we know at 414. Incredible hit song by Ray Davies and the Kinks, 1984. Love that song, you guys. I don't mean to sound cliche or run-of-the-mill, but buy this album just for that song. But then it's like it gets even better. Word of Mouth, pretty killer, maybe, like the songwriting could have been better or something, but I like the lyrical type of shit going on here with Ray Davies, and, Good Day is awesome. That's fucking killer, dude. And of course, Living on a Thin Line, Dave Davies, awesome, amazing. Now we get into some songs here like Sold Me Out that maybe you're like, like Word of Mouth, you're like, come on, Sharky, the Kinks could do better. But side one, all in all, in general, is melodic, atmospheric, pop, big beat, kick-ass rock and roll. Don't call it a comeback, dude, because the Kinks before this were fucking always good or something. Fucking killer. And this album continues that and more and goes to another level right here on the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255. Now, side 2 here, Massive Reductions, pretty good. I like it. Some people think it's kind of, guilty, Dave Davies. When Dave Davies writes a song, it's fucking good. Too Hot, that's a little questionable. And Missing Persons. Okay, side 2 here, I'm not so sure about side 2 of this album. Summer's Gone is good, and Going Solo. Side 2, you guys, I would listen to it a few times, get angry at it. More listen to the lyrics than the music or the melodies or the atmospheres. You might really start to like it, or maybe not. I can't say for sure right here on the Clark the Shark Show. Me, I like side 1 of this album way more than side 2, but all in all, it is atmospheric, melodic, textured music from Ray Davies and the Kinks. It's good shit, you guys. Side 2 gets a 3, side 1 gets a 4, but me, Clark the Shark, I like Ray Davies' lyrics so much that it's almost like I bring this whole album up to like a 4.5. If I was like All Music or Blender, Rolling Stone, me, Clark the Shark, the sea of sharktwility, I give this album a good review. 4.5, maybe not a 5, maybe not a 4. There's good stuff happening here, you guys. Now, I think some of you might think that song Property is on this album, but it's not. That's on another album, you guys, and that's a fucking killer song. But you get the vibe like that song is here, but it's not, you guys. I'm going to review that fucking killer album too, right here on the Clark the Shark Show. But the Kinks, Word of Mouth, 1984. Me, Clark the Shark, the chosen one. Don't do me wrong out there, you guys. Seriously, you could end up like Blake Douchebag. They found Blake in a greenhouse in 1994, dead with a shotgun across his chest. And that's because I just thought badly of Blake. Got all angry because the music industry or the recording industry, they signed a 3-piece grunge band, but it wasn't me, Clark the Shark, and my band, the Greenhouse Effect. It was this other band called the Douchebag Effect, who hail from Aberdeen, Washington. And of course, their lead singer, guitarist, frontman, Blake Douchebag. And of course, I got very angry in 1991, September. The whole year 1992, I was seething with rage. And then 1993, I began to craft a plan. I'm like, I'm going to go up there to Seattle and I'm going to find Blake Douchebag and kill him. I will, you guys. All of 1993, I crafted a plan, and God is like, hey, Clark the Shark, chill out, 1-800-449-8255. What are you so mad at Blake Douchebag? He's just a guy like you in a band trying to rock. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't like Blake Douchebag, God. And he's like, you want me to take care of this, Sharky? And I'm like, I do. 1-800-449-8255. And the same fate could happen to any of you out there who befall or do Clark the Shark wrong. You too could end up like Blake Douchebag in a greenhouse in 1994. That's right. You guys don't believe me? You think I'm full of shit? You better talk to Ray Davies and Dave Davies, the Kinks Word of Mouth, and they'll tell you I ain't fucking full of shit. I'm telling the truth right here on the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255. The Shark-a-lamba-ding-dong, the Shark-a-doodle-doo, 5'6", in the red corner. That's right, Clark the Shark. And in the blue corner is Blake Douchebag, but he ain't in the corner no more. He's dead, and he don't even have a grave. Yeah, he don't even have a grave, dude. It's sad that Frank Zappa don't have a grave because he really should have one. Because unlike Blake Douchebag, Frank Zappa had talent. Well, a lot of you out there don't know that because you don't even fucking know about Frank Zappa. And a lot of you so-called